first team can only function at its best when its work is done through a hierarchy, because there's too much for one person to do on their own. A strong partnership is needed between students and mentors, where students are not expected to, nor should they, do everything on their own. You should assign leaders to each sub-team, which creates a sense of ownership and responsibility, which motivates people to do the best in their work.
Strategy Team. The Strategy Team is responsible for identifying the game and all its elements, while developing strategic guidelines and realistic goals to building a winning robot. The team helps find the answers to the question, what should the robot do? In order to do so, the team must analyze the game and determine what strategies to pursue during competitions. At competitions, the strategy team is responsible for match planning and execution. Drivers and coach are usually part of this team. Scouting is also performed at competitions to gather information about other opponents to help make informed decisions on match plan and alliance selection.
The design team. The design team is responsible for developing the concepts and mechanisms to achieve the game. Taking design directives from guidelines developed by the strategy team, the design team will have an integral part in making the robot do what it's supposed to do. In a 6-week period, the design team will develop conceptual ideas for how the robot will perform tasks. Prototypes will then be designed and tested to observe performances based on strategy guidelines. Then prototypes are refined with material selection and detailed design. The main components that need to be designed are usually the drivetrain, main functioning mechanism, and endgame mechanism.
The mechanical team, which may consist of a few design team members, are responsible for manufacturing and assembling the robot. Following drawings developed by the design team, the mechanical team assembles the final robot. This may involve machining important parts of the robot and ensuring each part functions are designed. At the competition, selected members of the mechanical team form the pit crew, whose responsibility is to maintain and repair the robot, ensuring that it runs as designed for each match.
The controls team is responsible for making the fully assembled robot functional. The team is usually split up into electronics and programming. The electronics subgroup is responsible for the wiring and installation of electrical components, which includes motors, sensors, controllers, and relays. The programming subgroup is responsible for writing the code that allows the drivers to interface with the robot, as well as developing the autonomous code. At competition, selected members of the controls team also make up the pit crew, whose responsibility is to maintain charged batteries for each match, as well as repair robot electronics, ensuring that it runs as designed every time.
The media or the communications team. This team tackles 4 main tasks: website, digital media, internal-external communications, and media contacts. This team needs to keep in mind creativity is a huge part of all this. Whether it be designing the web layout, formatting media spreads, making communications that aren't boring, and thinking of new media interfaces to contact in order to spread the team out more.
Digital media can be anywhere from pictures to Facebook pages, YouTube channels to Twitter account management. Someone needs to constantly make sure that they are updating these in order to ensure all fans are updated with events, competition, and any news with the team. Making sure that the team has a photographer is essential in documentation for awards, as well as in maintaining a team history.
Many people don't think internal-external communications is a major task, but it is. Anywhere from keeping in touch with sponsors, alumni, mentors, parents, administrators, teachers, and the team itself can be a major task for any team. Someone needs to be sending nightly emails to the team pre-build and build season to keep everyone up to date. There needs to be frequent communications between team leads, mentors, and sponsors during build season. Also, any thank you, end of season, and robot send-off events the team hosts should be communicated to the whole team to ensure for a successful event.
The team should try for as much publicity as possible to showcase events and to build awareness in the community. Media contact should be made and regular updates should be sent to the media conduits to keep appearances up in the community.
Marketing. The marketing team is key for promotion at events and competitions, brand imagery, fundraising, as well as sponsorships. You can find a video solely dedicated to sponsorship in the video bar, so we're going to focus on the other three topics here. The top 5 tips for marketing teams are:
pit design and presentation. Your pits are where your robot lives off the competition field and where judges come to talk to your awards team. They should look good and your team should be very proud of them. Make sure everyone in the pits is always tidying up, as you do not want a mess around. Your pits should also include an awards table where you showcase your achievements for the year and any award submissions the judges will be looking for during the competition. Any team information for other teams or the public, all giveaways are stored. There is a video in the video bar dedicated to competition preparation as well.
Team branding and representation. Make sure your team has a logo of some sort. Most teams have one or something that is signature for their team. For example, Team 1241 is known for their bright orange tubes. Everyone on the team should be wearing their team uniform for the entire competition, in the pits or whether in the stands. Everyone wears their team gear loud and proud. The marketing team is also in charge of spirit at competitions and events. Any way to make sure your FRC community knows who you are and that you're there. Noisemakers, wigs, banners, posters, signs, anything that creates awareness for your team.
Finding new ways to fundraise for their team.